We're joined by Nitin Sood, the CFO of PVR Inox. Nitin, thanks a lot for joining in. Were you ever charging, under that 18% slab rate before this? And is there any impact because of what has been announced?
Yeah, so let me clarify. I think there seems to be confusion on the matter. The cinema industry, which is approximately 9,000 screens across the country, post-introduction of GST, were always charging a 5% GST rate, which was introduced when the concept of restaurant service was introduced without availment of input tax credit. But over the last 12, 18 months, I think several of our members had received notices from various parts of the country, from different jurisdictions, GST authorities, claiming that a higher rate of tax should be levied. And the industry had gone and made a representation to the council to clarify on this matter. And we're very happy that the government and the council has issued a clarification saying that sale of food and beverages in cinema halls will continue to be taxed at 5%.
Okay. All right. Hi, Nitin. Good morning. So, status quo. So good news from the PVR perspective. And, that's why I think the stock is seeing a bit of a relief. I just want to clarify on one point. When you book your tickets, depending on the price of ticket, either it attracts 12% or 18% GST. Now, if you book your snack as well with it, with your ticket, then the GST will be applied, will be 12 or 18%, is it? Or will it still be 5%? Is there some kind of a bifurcation?
No, it will continue to be 5%. You will pay tax on cinema tickets at the slab of 12 and 18%. And separately, and you will pay the tax on F&B at 5%. What I think the GST Council has clarified is that if the consumer does not have an option to choose whether he has to buy F&B, and it is a composite supply, which means I think cinemas club and sell both of them compulsorily together, then whatever is the highest marginal rate will get applied. To the best of my knowledge, this practice is not followed by cinemas across the country. So this is a mere clarification that they've issued.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news then. Otherwise, when I'm booking my ticket, I rather not book my snack. Otherwise, I'll be paying 12 to 18% for a snack. Otherwise, when I go to the counter, it'll be 5%. So.
Don't you think it's more fun
just
when
to
you
clarify,
go to the counter
you can
and
continue to book your snack. It will continue to be taxed at 5%.
Only 5%.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good clarification that's coming in. Then Sonia is already, licking her lips. She's saying she's looking forward to her next visit to.
No, I never pre-book my snacks. I always go and I choose my snacks on the counter depending on the item.
Camp. Yeah, I kind of like the whole idea of just heading to the counter and then sort of parsing through and then deciding what you want to have. Anyway, Nitin, since we're on the subject of F&B, you folks have also been trying to sort of push F&B even through some of the delivery apps. As in looking at home delivery of this. I wanted to ask you this even earlier, so glad we're having this conversation. What's the thought? Because these days, even if you open up, let's say, your Swiggy or Zomato, sometimes you get these options, or even if you go to the cinemas, you'll see that you can get a lot of these snacks at home even when you don't come to the cinema. So at a more fundamental thought level, what's the strategy over here? Are you really looking to increase the revenue, F&B revenue? Is it working out? What are your expectations over the next couple of months, if that indeed is the plan? And more importantly, will this be then taxed at 5% or some other rate? Because the consumption is not happening in the cinema.
Sure. So first of all, on the tax bit, I think everything that we sell in cinemas on F&B front will be taxed at 5%. The government had issued similar clarification, for various other similar services like home delivery, cloud kitchens, railways, airlines, etc. So everything that we sell in cinemas on F&B will be taxed at 5%. Our big focus on F&B is to, capitalize and increase the offering that we have in cinemas, including, we now have live kitchens in a lot of our cinemas. We understand our consumers, experience the best of food when they go for dine-in options outside. And we want to, ensure that we offer same quality of food and beverage in the cinemas. It's a 3.5 hour activity. People are stressed for time. So a lot of work is going on that front, including, take-home products, which you don't want to consume, but you want to take home. Home delivery is a very big aspect. We are working on creating niche products that you can order for home delivery, even when you're snacking at home, watching a TV show or something. So that's all work in progress. Cinema
so
average
Nitin,
F&B spend today, yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
So cinema average F&B spend today is approximately 50 to 52% of average spending on a ticket by a consumer. And, there is no reason this number should not be higher. In Western countries, we've seen this ratio as high as 70, 75% as well. And that's the aim, that over the next few years, we increase, the overall F&B consumption at cinemas.
So at cinemas is fine, but now I'm trying to understand this as a percentage of revenue for you, because you said there's a lot of work going on, even at home consumption. Why not have the same food experience even when you're watching a movie, say at home? So what is the kind of investment, if any, that you'll have to put in additional, investment to grow the F&B part of the business? And then overall, as a percentage of your revenue pie, now whether it is home consumption or consumption at cinema or take away from the cinema for home, whatever way you do it, what part of your revenue pie you think F&B can grow to, say, over the next year or so?
Yeah, currently that number is very small. At least I think we want 5 to 10% of the overall contribution to come from these add-ons, including home delivery, takeaway, and some of the new stuff that we are doing. So it's very early days for us, but we believe there's a big potential. The combined circuit, we sell about 16 to 17 crore tickets annually. We've got a very loyal base of consumers who comes back and they want to experience. There's a big opportunity to, sell this F&B outside of cinemas as well.
Okay, and I recently went to the theatres and I must say that, the food, the service, the quality, everything has picked up in a big way. And of course, the box office collections have picked up as well. And there's so many new movie releases. There's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning that's coming soon. So everyone, I think, is waiting for that. But tell us, leave us with one number. How have the box office collections been so far in this quarter and what's the expectation?
Yeah, I think as you rightly said, things are progressively getting better. Last 3 quarters for cinema industry have been fairly low. I think the Hindi and Hollywood film industry was struggling last year. There were not enough film releases. Luckily, what we are seeing is Hollywood is bouncing back in a very strong way this year. The number of film releases has improved quite significantly, and there is a regular flow of content. That's shaping up. The regional film industry is doing really well. We had 2 big films, Carry On Jatta and Bappan Bihari in Marathi, which have again record-breaking collections, which means consumers are keen to come back as soon as they're good films. I think Hindi is continued to see some bit of gaps in releases. While Hindi films have done well, what we are still seeing is in the last quarter or so, you have a film and then you don't have anything for 2 to 3 weeks. I think as progressively we go down to the next quarter and, end of July, we are seeing that the film releases are becoming more closer to each other and the gaps are reducing. So hopefully, the box office should come back strongly in Q2 and Q3.
Okay, all right, Nitin, thanks so much for stopping by and giving us clarity on, the changes or no changes on the GST front and giving us a couple of ideas in terms of how we should book our snack as well.